Hey, I'm Andy, we're back with another Atozy video, and this one's titled "Disrespectful IRL Streamer is Now Getting Prison Time in Korea." So yeah, it's another Johnny Somali Ramsey or AKA Ramsey video, and yeah, it's not going well for him, which is I guess a good thing. So I did see a Legal Mindsets video that he will be getting prison time because of the deepfakes, because of how he had the deepfakes. So it was like the punishment said that it was prison time, and it didn't even mention like a fine, so it's like a mandatory prison time. So I think he's going to talk about that. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's like the 5th charge. I'm sure there's going to be more. I don't know which, but I think there's like I've heard there was like something had to do with like pepper spray and it not being legally, you can't carry it legally just willy-nilly. I think you had to have a permit, which I'm sure he doesn't have. So yeah, let's just see what Atozy had to say about this.
Things have now somehow got even worse for the most hated IRL streamer out in Korea. As new
Because this is like, I know I'm pausing a little bit. I think I said this in one of these videos. It's like, it's that one meme. It's like things look bad, but then it's like, then the other person just says things look bad for now. I mean, you can't get any worse, and then it just keeps on getting worse and worse.
new charge has a mandatory prison sentence if he's convicted, and considering South Korea has a 99% conviction rate, things aren't looking too hot for him out there. It's safe to say the odds are not in his favor. So he's been a busy guy since the last criminal hearing in South Korea that we flew out to watch, because it seems like he snapped that night before the trial, and instead of being apologetic and trying to lower his sentence, as you know, he got drunk, he insulted the judge, he insulted the prosecution, and then showed up over an hour late to his own court case drunk. Then of course,
I said this before, but I gotta feel sorry for like the public defender. This is like, what can he do in this situation? Like, will it just end up looking bad for him in the long run because he lost this case or tried to defend it? I don't know how it works for like attorney reputation when it comes to stuff like this.
After that, he taunted the Korean public in a photo op, which he then shouted out North Korea. He proceeded to then stalk other streamers and get new police reports filed against him. Then started screaming himself, prank calling the Korean police for $5 donations. Then to end that day of screaming, he removed his clothes and went out and harassed construction workers before getting arrested. And this is all just in the span of like under 2 weeks. And then on top of that, he was also punched in the face again. So clearly, a lot of people are starting to get fed up with his antics. But unfortunately for him, the music will inevitably stop as he just keeps on getting hit with new charge after new charge because he has zero idea how to live his life without being.
I feel like it would have been, I don't know, very symbolic if Atozy's music stopped right there as well, but it is what it is.
A burden to society. And to make things worse for him, as I mentioned earlier, he's got yet another charge. Because over the last couple of years, South Korea has been making laws cracking down on deepfakes, especially the 18+ ones. And Johnny decided to distribute an 18+ deepfake for profit on his stream because he's a moron that will do anything for attention.
Yeah, because I think in the video for Legal Mindset, he mentioned that because they were Frenching, and French kissing would constitute that as being 18+ over there, so...
According to Article 14.2 in the Korean law, a person who edits, consolidates, or processes a form that can be used as sexual desire or shame, which is the intention of the person's face, body, or voice and the purpose of an anti-sentiment, he is imprisoned for 7 years or fines up to 15 million won. And you have 2, which is editorial, combined product, and price tribute under paragraph, or at the time of editing or the copy of edit in paragraph 1, even if it was not contrary to the intention of the subject, such as this video, an editorial light or replica was reversed against the intention of subjects, such as the video and light. The person is sentenced to imprisonment up to 7 years or fine up to 15 million won. But this is the one that really gets him. A person who commits a sin under paragraph 2 using information and communication network against the intention of the subject, etc., shall be sentenced to more than 3 years of organic imprisonment. Unfortunately for him, he distributed this over his live stream and potentially through his Discord server as well. So if I understand this correctly, if he's convicted,
doggy.
he's looking at a minimum of 3 years in prison just for this charge. And that's without everything else. Then of course, you have the 99% conviction rate in South Korea, which we stated earlier. So it's safe to say that smile on his face might be wiped soon. Because unfortunately for him, his entire shtick is to harass and annoy people and be as disrespectful as possible, all for the group of 14-year-olds who thinks he's funny. So essentially, he's alienating any sense of goodwill and leniency that he could possibly get from a judge.
Yeah, so like even after he spent his, I don't think he learned anything. He'll try to do the same stuff again after he gets out. I'm assuming, I'm predicting, but who knows? I don't know how. Is he permanently unbanned, or is it just like a ban for like a long time? But there's always that one. It feels like there's always that one site, right? Especially like the one that only banned him for like 24 hours. So we'll see.
I have
guess.
never seen anyone in my life play themselves like this person has. It's actually
it's
unbelievable
wild.
at this point. But Johnny, he has a plan to get out of this.
What we're gonna do is we talk to, because I have 2 lawyers. I have a public defender and I have a paid.
Yeah, it's 2. He's allowed to have a public defender if he has a paid lawyer. What? I mean, like I said, I don't know how the legal system works, so maybe you can over there. I don't know.
Lawyer that's helping us with other cases.
Who's paying this? He's not getting unless if like the lawyers' rates are like really cheap. I don't know how. Is Hank funding this, and if so, why? And then like I mentioned before, like about the lawyers' reputations after the case, like the public defender, you can argue like he's been assigned because he technically has no job, even though he's streaming and still keep working as a job. But a paid one, they should know what they're getting into, right? Because like I said, you can argue with the public defender, it's assigned to them to take the case, but like with the paid defender, it's like they could also just say no. But I don't know how it works. Well,
The public defender said it's a good idea, and that me and Hank are gonna go to a psychiatrist pretty soon and bring the paperwork. We're gonna go to a psychiatrist here in Korea and bring them the paperwork of that. And hopefully, he said it can help my case, because I am diagnosed as bipolar 2 in America. You know,
I don't think being bipolar can get you out of this one. So according to
from my knowledge, like those Asian countries still kind of behind on stuff like mental health. It's like it's been shown, at least in Japan, that like mental health isn't taken as seriously as it should be. Not sure about Korea, but I would assume it'll be around similar. Like I'm sure they have obviously like this like psychiatrists, but I don't know if like therapy is not a norm there. I would think. I could be wrong. Things could have changed. So
South Korea's Criminal Act, specifically Article 10, this addresses cases involving individuals with mental disorders. It states that if a person due to a mental disorder is unable to make discriminations of their control of their will, they should not be punished. If their
he specifically did it with control of their will. It's a complete control.
abilities were deficient due to the disorder, the punishment should be mitigated. This is really all up to the evidence and evaluation, because it's crucial to demonstrate a clear link between an individual's bipolar disorder.
Well, what's the background of this psychiatrist too? I wonder what the outcome will be of that result.
And the commission of the crime. And then says the court will consider specific circumstances of the case, including the nature of the crime and the degree of which the individual's mental state was affected by their bipolar disorder at the time of the offense. Even if mental illness is considered a mitigating factor, public safety and the potential recidivism are also important factors that the court must consider when determining an appropriate sentence.
Yeah, he didn't learn.
So to summarize, it's essential to understand that having bipolar disorder is not an automatic get-out-of-jail-free card in this criminal cases in South Korea. The legal system applies universally, and while mental health can be a factor, it doesn't automatically exempt someone from legal consequences for their actions. And again, like, his largest problem is that he has live streamed himself for hundreds of hours. This behavior has been extremely consistent, and he's openly stated exactly why he does this.
Bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? Why are you bullying people in other countries? For money, like...
Yeah, not because he has an illness.
I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a at all. Like...
And even in America, they lock up sociopaths. So, good luck.
Period. Like, put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a... Like... I care about nobody but my fucking self.
And it looks like he's not even drunk in this stream too. So he's saying that with a clear state of mind.
It's like, dude, this is going to be really hard to argue in court. But then, of course, people who are around him, they think that he'll be able to leave within a month.
It sounds like within a month though you could be out of here.
Oh, so within
It is a possibility. It is a possibility.
I mean, like, if everything goes well with the thing, then it should just kind of be resolved, and you should be able to. You've got your passport still, so you
It's
should,
right here.
yeah, you should be able to just kind of dip that.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Okay, this guy has to be trolling him, right? There's no way he isn't trolling him with that comment. Because from everyone who I've spoken to who understands Korean law, they believe this is basically impossible. There's clearly a law.
Does the person he's talking to know about Korean law or something? Or they're just like assuming based off American law?
Of pressure for a sentence here, and I don't even think they're finished hitting the guy with criminal charges. And then to make things even worse for him, streaming has become more challenging for him out there because, as I mentioned earlier, he was punched again recently. And then in the same stream, he also had to flee because the other guy who punched him first, I guess, in Korea, found him.
Oh, we gotta get that out of here. Go. Leave. Oh, Dagon. No fight. Peace. No fight. Talk. No fight. No fight. Peace. I say stop.
Yeah, it looks like he has like a cameraman with him. Like, what? What? I thought that was just Hank. Like, how is he getting... I don't know.
Still, Yoon. I'm out.
God, the police intervened quick.
Out. Police help me. Go ahead. Out. I love you. Chingu. Dagun, Chingu. Hey. Come. Come with me now. Come. Taxi.
So he then ran away and came back to the guy making the documentary on him and told them, hey, we got to get a taxi.
So it's a person's making a documentary? What? I mean, I guess if you want to get like in-person testimony, then sure. But like I told you, so there's like hundreds of hours of footage you can use as well. Quality might not be great in terms of bit rate, but you can use that to craft a story, right? But if you want to get in-person footage, like I said, I mean, fair play. But I wonder if it's gonna be a positive documentary or not so positive.
Run.
You talked to Dagun? What did he say? Did he talk to you?
No, he wasn't speaking clip.
He said Korea. I'm telling you, you're going viral. You're going viral. Let's go.
One sec.
No, we gotta go taxi now, Alice. That is dangerous. I'm telling you.
You're fine.
Then I guess to make things even worse for him, it now seems like Hank is asking for donations to continue to fund Johnny's life. Because here on Telegram, Hank apparently said, legal fees are very taxing for me. If anyone wants to help out with legal fees, please donate. Also, Johnny has a travel ban. Korea doesn't let him.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna donate. I mean, I feel like you're gonna get some, because I mean, there will be some fans there, but I feel like most of their donations from the stream are just because they're paying for a an action, right? Like for example, in the previous one, someone, I guess, quote unquote, donated $5, but that was just for him to prank call the police, right? And then the other people in previous ones, they would donate to play loud music, like the TTS and all that stuff. But I don't think those people will donate here, if that makes any sense, because there's no, they won't get anything out of it. So yeah,
work and doesn't give any support. Johnny is out.
Korea doesn't let him work, but he still streams and gets money. So Johnny's out of money now, and you don't have to support him. That's the thing. He will starve if I don't. Well, yeah, maybe don't be a nuisance.
Out of money now, and I'm supporting him. There is no choice. He will starve if I don't. Dude, this is the most self-inflicted situation ever. It's safe to say things are just really not going their way.
He's trying to paint himself in a good light as trying to be helping this person who can't work and don't have money. He's trying to help this person out, but given the context, it's you're helping the wrong person now. It's not charity work.
And their entire response is essentially this. Like, it's all a front. Like, all of this is just this. I mean,
he's not doing it for, like, trying, because he's a good Samaritan or anything. It's like, it's the complete opposite.
They couldn't be coping harder for the terrible situation that Johnny put them in, all for just a little bit of internet attention and next to no money. And obviously, now he's getting prison time as well. Congratulations, moron. You completely played yourself. But his next trial date is set for April 7th, if I remember correctly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Although, from what I know, he's just showing up to enter another plea for the fortune.
He has an Atozy
charge his lawyer asked for an extension on. But I mean, who knows? The guy might turn the trial into a circus show as well. I'm assuming they'll ask for more time to figure out what they're going to do with that 5th charge, as it's a way more serious one. But he's also kind of already given us the game plan there. So I guess only time will tell how that pans out for him. But either way, we'll be covering it, as this is just a fascinating case of someone destroying their own life for some basic internet attention. So hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
I was gonna mention that his scream sounded like R2 D2, but I guess a goat works even. Sure, but it is fascinating, but it's also kind of depressing at the same time, because like but they explain why they're just not imprisoning him and just letting him fend off by himself, but it's also like, because of that, it's causing more nuisance-y, like bad stuff to happen, which I don't think the public likes. Pretty sure the public doesn't like that, but like on the other hand, it will possibly get more charges, which may possibly lengthen the sentence as well. So it's like a double-edged sword. So yeah, that was a brief update from Atozy. I probably made it much more longer, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm following this story through very, like I said, I'm also seeing Legal Mindset's videos on it from time to time, just because it has a more, like, he talks about it a little bit more technically than like the brief summary points. So yeah, like Atozy's just doing like the overall thing, whereas Legal Mindset says, like, I feel like it's the more in depth in terms of the law, which is interesting. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.